Yes, I'm finally doing another video because I haven't posted in about 2 weeks. I finally recovered from my illness, which was, as I probably mentioned in the last video, it was a cold. So now that I've recovered a little bit, I'm hoping to post a little bit more often, and because I'm on the Easter holidays at the moment, I have more time to do so. So that's brilliant. I was thinking of doing a Q&A for this video, but it's purely the fact that I just couldn't build up enough questions, so I'm going to do that when I can build up some more questions. And this video will be dedicated to dealing with people's comments about, like, you being pregnant, and you being a pregnant teenager, because you are going to get them. People will speak people will say what they think, and you might not like it, but there are ways you can deal with it. Because just because you're a teenager and you're pregnant doesn't make you any less of, you're going to be a mum soon, so people shouldn't be saying that stuff about you. I just adjusted the tripod so that the phone was facing upwards a bit, because my head was kind of being cut out. I think, basically, when people first found out I was pregnant, there was kind of a mixed response, and that's one thing that you don't really want to get, because tripod's on my bed and that's why it's moving a lot, so I'm sorry for people who get motion sick. I might put it on the windowsill. Yeah, it's on the windowsill. The lighting's a bit better now, but you can see my spot. But yeah. Basically this video will be about dealing with comments that you're going to get, and this advice can work whether you're a pregnant teenager or not. Because either way, being a teenager, being a pregnant teenager, everyone gets comments said about them. I did a lot, even before I got pregnant, so. I know everyone says this, but the best way that you can deal with people's comments, whether you're pregnant or not, is to just not react to them. Because that's what people are trying to get out of you. And I know everyone says that and you think, oh, it's stupid, and that's not true. If I don't react, people will just think that I'm just putting up with it. But if you do not react to these comments, you're proving no one right, so just don't react. Like, I didn't really publicly react to any of the comments that I got. I privately reacted, but I didn't publicly react. When people said things about me being pregnant, I just went, oh, okay. And I didn't say anything after that. I didn't go, oh no, you're right, I can't handle this. I just went, okay. It's like, fair enough, that's your opinion. Because it is their opinion. And, you can't do a lot about people's opinions. People are gonna say stuff. But one thing really aimed at the pregnant mummies now is that you have to remember what your body's going through right now, and you need to think of what's more important. The anxiety that you're putting into your baby, or the comments that people are making. I chose to stay calm about the comments because I already have very severe anxiety, and I did not want that anxiety to go through to my baby. Especially how far along I am now. I'm 20 weeks pregnant currently, nearly 21, and things are getting easier, but when I first found out I was pregnant, I was very stressed about multiple things. And when you first find out you're pregnant, it's a very stressful time because you never know what to expect. It's a very, very hit or miss time. And if you've just found out that you're pregnant, it is going to be a very hit or miss time, and you're going to be worried. You're going to be worried about how you're going to handle it, even though, you might think, oh, I've got plenty of time, and then by that, it's gone. Because that's what I did. I thought to myself, oh, I've got loads of time. And now I'm nearly 21 weeks pregnant, and I'm thinking, oh, there's only 19 weeks left. So that's one thing to think about. Just focus on yourself. Don't care about anyone else. It's no one else's body. It was either your choice or it's something that you're going through and you decided to go through. And it's nothing to do with anyone else. All I can say is, as long as you are looking after your child, it's nothing to do with anyone else. Also, try and ignore the people who say, all teenage mums are useless. It's always the parents that look after the baby. The teenager does nothing. They just sit around and do nothing. Try and prove those people wrong, because I hate when people say that. The last thing I am ever going to let happen is to let my child be raised by someone else. The whole reason that I was so happy about getting pregnant was the fact that I got to raise my own child, and people who... I'm not going to give out too much detail about my personal life, but basically, my mum wasn't around growing up, so I never wanted to be like that. I wanted to be the mum that I never had. And in a lot of cases that is kind of the same situation. Like, some people had bad upbringings and they do want to give their child a better upbringing. That's a lot of the reason why I was happy about it. It gave me a chance to prove myself, but don't let that be the whole reason why you're having a baby, because babies last a long time. I'm 18 years old and I'm probably going to be raising the child until they're my age, and hopefully don't get anyone pregnant. Also, don't feel pressured into taking people's advice. If you know how you want to raise your child, you raise your child in that way. It's up to you how you raise your child. I'm going to raise my child in my own way. Like, people always say, oh, you need to raise them with discipline and, like, raise them... How I see it is raising them with fear. But don't let anyone tell you how to raise your kid. If, while you're pregnant, you're telling people, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do the other, and they say, oh, that's not a good idea because there's no discipline involved. Sod 'em. It's nothing to do with them. It's not their son or their daughter. They won't be raising it. You will. You will be spending out the money to feed and clothe that child. So it's nothing to do with anyone else. Don't let anyone tell you how to parent. And if people do try and tell you how to parent, just tell them that you're going to do it your own way, because they wouldn't want to be told how to raise their kids, and you shouldn't have to put up with it either. Don't feel the need to go public about your pregnancy if you don't want to. I went public about mine because I was extremely proud, but some people are proud of their pregnancies and don't want to go public about it because of their own reasons, and don't let that make you feel like you're ashamed, because that isn't true. I kept my pregnancy a secret for the first 13 or 14 weeks, I think. And then I just went public with it because I knew that the chance of me having a miscarriage was drastically reduced. I knew that my baby was extremely healthy. They currently still are healthy, and that makes me extremely happy. Developmental wise, they are way ahead of where they should be. Makes me a little bit nervous, to be honest. Makes me worried that they're going to arrive early, but even if they do arrive a little bit early, it's better than them arriving like a month early. People will try and tell you that you're going to be a bad mum based on your age. Sure, if you're 14, 15 and you've just had a baby, or you're pregnant with your first child, it's not ideal because you aren't old enough to legally work for minimum wage. And I work for minimum wage and I can barely feed I can safely feed myself and everything.
You're barely even minimum wage.
But I'm barely doing minimum wage on a very, very difficult job, and it can be very, very draining if you feel like you can't provide. So, in that case, the window's open, so if you can hear cars, I'm sorry. In that case, people will look at that and think, oh, they're too young to work, so they won't be providing for the baby. I don't know what it's like in America, but in this country you can get something called Healthy Life vouchers, I think they're called. I've applied for them, and I think everyone can apply for them. And that basically means that you can get a certain amount of money off of baby formula, fruit, vegetables, and cow's milk. And the amount of money that you get will go up when the baby's born and then go back down after they turn 1. And it isn't a lot, but it's something to help you provide for your child. And like, there are ways that you can make money without having a job. Before I got my job, I used to do online surveys and stuff. It takes a lot of online surveys to make a good amount of money, but if you're doing a good amount of them a week, you can make a little bit of money out of it. Or sometimes it takes like selling a few things, because believe me, when you've got a baby on the way, those material items mean nothing. So just, if you can help it, try and prove these people wrong that say that you're not going to be able to provide for your child. Because like, I've been very lucky. I've had my I got pregnant about 3 months after I got my job, and I've now been working there for about 8 months, which means that I am able to get maternity leave and hopefully maternity pay. But as it is at the moment, I earn not a lot. I think on a standard, I earn about £530 odd a month. Sometimes when I'm working more shifts, I can earn just over 700, which is what I made this month. But just don't let people tell you that you're not going to be a good parent because you are underage. Obviously, if you're underage, I cannot stress this enough, don't feel pressured to have sex. Because in my country especially, it's not legal. The legal age of consent in my country, and especially in my area, is 16. I know in America it's a little bit higher, in some places it's a little bit lower. But until you can handle the financial situations of having a baby, do desperately think about at least being safe. I know contraceptive is never 100% effective, but if you try, there's more chance of you avoiding this situation. Like, I've watched so many YouTube videos online of people saying, "Oh, it was my first time. We knew we weren't gonna get pregnant. It was our first time." Makes no difference. If you're old enough to have a period, you're old enough to get pregnant. Because you ovulate, the egg is released, it can be fertilized. So, just so it doesn't look like I'm trying to make teenage pregnancy look good, I'm trying to introduce ways that you can like try and avoid getting pregnant, especially for the people who are watching who aren't soon-to-be mums. But for those who are soon-to-be mums, you're in this situation now. Be proud of what your body is doing, because being pregnant is so hard. It's so hard, and it's so exhausting, and you can never wait to have this baby out, especially during the first trimester. During my first trimester, I was suffering so badly. I nearly had to leave school, or I was nearly asked to leave school because of how much I was missing. Because I was basically taking off about 2 weeks at a time because my morning sickness was so bad. It's gone now, but that's how bad it can get. And if you miss out on exams because you have to go and have a baby, it's not going to help you in life. As it is, my final exam for this year is going to be not far off me having my baby, about 2 months, I think. by then I'm going to be pretty heavily pregnant. I think that's about it. That's about all I can think of. I know we covered a few different topics in here, so I might not call it dealing with people's comments. I might just call it advice. And hopefully soon we'll be able to do that Q&A and you lot will be able to ask all your questions. And I'll be able to answer them. It can be questions about anything as well. It doesn't have to just be about pregnancy. It can be about anything. It's a Q&A. Yeah. Hopefully the next video will be a Q&A, and hopefully it won't take as long for me to film and get up there. But you can't control illnesses, can you? So hopefully the next video will be out, I don't know, sometime next week. Yeah, hopefully next week. I can't say exactly when, but hopefully sometime next week. I'll post when I can. Alright. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you've taken a few little bits from it. I hope you all got at least a little something from this. Bye!